Welcome to the Project B-Ball podcast. My name is Harsh Patel, and the NFL season has officially started. On this episode, we will be going over the first game of the season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans, and later on the show, I will be giving you my picks for the Sunday's games. So, the first game of the season happened on Thursday between the Chiefs and the Texans, and the Chiefs won with a score of 34-20. With Patrick Mahomes looking like his MVP self with 211 yards and 3 touchdowns. His touchdowns came to Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. But the main focus of their offense was their rookie running back from LSU, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who had an amazing pro debut with 25 carries, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown. On the other side of the ball, Deshaun Watson had an all-right game with 253 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, with his main receiver being Will Fuller V, who had 8 receptions and 112 yards. The rushing attack was mainly David Johnson, who had 11 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown. The Houston Texans jumped out to a 7-0 lead with David Johnson's touchdown run, but Kansas City just scored 31 unanswered points, and that pretty much was the game. The Kansas City Chiefs are a scary sight, and I firmly believe that they could go 16-0 in this season. Alright, so let's move on to our Sunday's games and who I believe will win these games. Up first, we have the Seattle Seahawks against the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons just got a new running back in Todd Gurley. Their offense is looking really nice with Matt Ryan, Todd Gurley, Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, and Calvin Ridley. The Seattle Seahawks just added their star safety, Jamal Adams, but they lost a big piece in their defensive line in Jadeveon Clowney. I believe that the Seattle Seahawks will win this game behind Russell Wilson. I just believe that Russell Wilson will find a way to win this game because Atlanta did not look good last season. They had a terrible season for all the stars that they have on their team, and Seattle got in the playoffs. And I believe that DK Metcalf is going to be a stud in the future. So I got the Seahawks winning this first game. Our next game, the New York Jets against the Buffalo Bills. I'm not going to say too much here. The Buffalo Bills are going to cruise to victory over here. The next game is between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions have Matthew Stafford back, which is really good news. And the Chicago Bears have named Mitchell Trubisky as their starter for this game. I don't know why, because they do have Nick Foles, who has been a Super Bowl MVP, but they decided to go with Mitchell Trubisky. They trust in him. But I really feel that the Detroit Lions are going to win this game. Matthew Stafford has proved over time that he can be an MVP candidate. And with all his wide receiver threats that he has in Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones Jr. with Danny Amendola, I believe that they can win this game. Our next game is going to be between the division rivals, actually, the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers did not add anyone to their team other than the quarterback that they picked up. And the Vikings lost a big piece in Stephon Diggs. But they still do have Adam Thielen and Kyle Rudolph and Dalvin Cook, who just got that big deal from them. And I think that the Minnesota Vikings will upset the Green Bay Packers behind Kirk Cousins' big game. I don't think so. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a good game against that tough defense of Minnesota's. And I think that Minnesota will pull through against their division rivals. Alright, so let's go to our next game, the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots had the biggest offseason, losing the GOAT quarterback in my eyes in Tom Brady, who left from Tampa Bay. But they added a previous MVP winner in Cam Newton, and they still have that number 1 defense they had from last year, while the that's baseball, my mistake, while the Miami Dolphins actually drafted Tua Tagovailoa, but they said that they will be starting Ryan Fitzpatrick in this game. I think that, yes, the Dolphins won that last matchup last year against the Patriots and Tom Brady, but I just think that Cam Newton is just going to be on another level, and he wants to show the world that he is still a great quarterback. I think he will come out on fire, and he will beat the Dolphins. Our next game is between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Oh, sorry, not even the Washington Redskins. Yep, I forgot that they changed their name to the Washington Football Team. Sorry about that. I'm not going to say too much here. The Philadelphia Eagles should just win this game. If the Washington Football Team somehow finds a way to upset this team, the Philadelphia Eagles will hear it from the fans and analysts. Alright, let's move on. We got the Las Vegas Raiders, who moved from Oakland. Now they're part of Las Vegas, going against Christian McCaffrey's Carolina Panthers. This, in my eyes, is a really tough game. The Carolina Panthers have good pieces in Teddy Bridgewater, Christian McCaffrey. They got their star receivers, but Las Vegas Raiders has some studs on their team as well. They got Derek Carr, their sophomore running back in Josh Jacobs, and they got that star tight end Darren Waller. So this will be a really tough game, but I am going to pick the Carolina Panthers. I believe that Teddy Bridgewater is a very good quarterback, and he will find a way to beat the Las Vegas Raiders at home. Our next game is the Indianapolis Colts against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Indianapolis Colts should win this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded every single good player on their team. Like, who do they even have anyone? I don't even know anyone other than like Gardner Minshew. But let's move on. Well, we've got the Cleveland Browns against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens got Lamar, and that's really all they need. This should be a statement game for the Browns. From all the criticism they are getting for the last season's record, I feel like they need to come out and just put a statement saying that, yes, we are here. We have OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield, and we are coming for the Super Bowl. This is a big game, but I still believe that the Baltimore Ravens will defeat the Cleveland Browns. Moving on, we got the San Diego Chargers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have their new quarterback, who is the reigning Heisman Trophy winner in Joe Burrow, who won the national championship, by the way, with LSU, against the Chargers. And the Chargers will be having Tyrod Taylor as their quarterback against Joe Burrow, not their number 5 draft pick in Justin Herbert. Tyrod Taylor does have a profile where he did make the playoffs with the Buffalo Bills, but I don't think he's that same quarterback anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Cincinnati Bengals beat the LA Chargers. But based on last year's stats, I'm still going to pick the San Diego Chargers. Actually, scratch that. I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, I'll go with the Cincinnati Bengals. I just feel like Joe Burrow is going to have a great game. He has 2 star receivers in AJ Green and Boyd, and Tyler Boyd. So I feel like he will beat the Chargers. Yeah. Alright, coming down to our next games. Ooh, this is a biggie. Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. Ooh. This is a tough one. The New Orleans Saints obviously got their star quarterback in Drew Brees. They got their number 1 receiver in Michael Thomas. They got Alvin Kamara. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the GOAT quarterback in Tom Brady. he got Leonard Fournette now, which I don't know how they got, but they did. They have their two-headed wide receiver monster in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So that'll be a fun game to watch. And I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this game. I think that Tom Brady will be too much for the Saints defense, and they will pull out of New Orleans with the W. Our next game is the Arizona Cardinals versus my San Francisco 49ers. The Cardinals did pick up DeAndre Hopkins in the offseason, and the 49ers do have a lot of their key pieces injured, but I still think that Jimmy Garoppolo and company is going to be too much for the Arizona Cardinals defense. So I have the 49ers winning this game against the Arizona Cardinals. Our Sunday night football game will be between the Dallas Cowboys and the LA Rams in the new SoFi Stadium. The Cowboys did draft their new wide receiver in... how did I forget his name? And CeeDee Lamb. Sorry about that. CeeDee Lamb. They have one of the best offenses in the league. And the LA Rams still got their pieces in Aaron Donald, Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. But they did lose their star running back in Todd Gurley. So I believe that the Dallas Cowboys will win against the LA Rams in their home opener. Let's move on to our Monday night football games. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers against the New York Giants. The New York Giants have Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. And that's about it. Their defense is pretty bad. They don't have too many exciting wide receivers other than like Golden Tate and Sterling Shepard. While the Pittsburgh Steelers are getting back their quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger, who should have a pretty good season. They have Juju, who should also have a pretty big season and rebound from last year. And they also have that terrific defense, like with Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt. I just think that they'll be too much for the young Giants, and they will cruise to victory in this Monday night football game. And our other game will be the Tennessee Titans against the Denver Broncos. The Titans had a surprising AFC Championship run with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. But this Broncos team isn't too shabby themselves, who have Drew Lock. They added Jerry Jeudy. They also got their terrific defense behind Von Miller, but Von Miller just said that he won't be playing whole season. So I think that the Broncos defense will have a tough time against Derrick Henry, and I have the Titans winning this game. That'll wrap it up, folks, and I will see you guys next time.